I'm done with the chat beef for today, Gabe. I'm done with it. We'll talk about it during fucking Thursday. You don't need to keep talking about it.
All right, I'm live.
Somebody ask me something random, please. Friends crazy. You wish you lived in your mom's basement. Favorite chat troll experience? Favorite chat troll experience? I mean, right now I'm enjoying the Mac one with Gabe, but he's taking it.
All right, I'm live. Let's see. All right, I can do my own microphone test even though there's nobody in here. All right, can you guys hear me? How do I sound? Sound good? I just want to make sure the microphone's working. If for some reason you did pop in and you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you did. Also, the lighting's going to suck because my lights just died, so you get what you get tonight. I figured I'll go live for like an hour. We got any questions? You guys want to talk any MMA? What do we got here? Awesome, dude. I love that Holloway picture. My cousin, who's like a hardcore MMA fan, you know, like us, he knows I love Max Holloway. So a couple years ago, my old lady asked him what to get me, and that the dude's name is Ross Bain, and he makes, that's actually it's a print, but it's a fucking painting, or it's a print of a fucking hand painting he did of the fight when he fucking landed like 400 significant strikes against Calvin Kattar. It's fucking badass, isn't it? Or over here. I sound like a Downy. What does that mean? Someone with Down syndrome? Fucking Western Mass coming in here and fucking trolling already. Daniel Moreno, awesome, dude. You'd be my first ever fucking troll. Yeah, dude. That was a fucking sick ass fight. He's the best boxer in the UFC. Max is just such a fucking fan favorite. How can you not love the guy, you know? His personality, everything about him. I mean, Justin Gaethje is not going to be a very easy matchup for him, going up in weight and having to fight that fucking savage, but I'll definitely be rooting for him. He's my boy. I mean, he's my only favorite fighter, you know? Besides him, I don't like having favorites because I enjoy watching MMA without any attachment like I do with football. So once Max retires, I won't have any more favorite fighters. Awesome, dude. Hey, listen, if you guys were in MMA Experts AJ's chat and this is your first time here, I'd really appreciate it if you guys hit the like and subscribe. I'm doing the same thing as AJ. I'm just a little more small time. I'm just starting out, so, you know, don't expect the same professionalism as AJ as far as the setup goes, but I know my shit when it comes to MMA. We'll fucking chat it up, talk some fights. What do we have here in the chat? AJ sent me over. Western Mass says, Hap from many channels. Hap Chandler. Western Mass got you. He said, I sound like a fucking Downy. Yeah, but do I sound like a clear Downy with a nice microphone? That's what fucking matters. Spent $70 on this fucking bad boy. Alright, hit me with some fucking MMA questions. What do you guys think about the fights coming up this weekend? How can you not watch MMA without any attachment? I mean, well, I'm so attached. Like, I don't really enjoy the sport of football as far as like the NFL goes. If there's an NFL game on or like LFA, I'll watch LFA. But I have a fucking deep-seated attachment to the Buffalo Bills to where watching the games when they play isn't even enjoyable. I just need them to win so I can enjoy the rest of my fucking weekend and week. To where MMA for me is I don't really have an attachment to any other fighter except Max, really, to where if they lose, I'm going to fucking feel shitty about it, or I'm not going to be objective when I'm like analyzing an upcoming fight. You know, I'm sure I'm giving Max a way bigger chance than he might have. One of my first videos I ever did, I mean, I only did a couple. I'm just starting out in this shit. But one of the first videos I did was about the Max Justin fight, and I was talking to my cousin afterwards, and he's like, dude, you're such a fucking homer for Max. Like, you're giving him way too much of a chance. So that's what I mean by not having an attachment, you know? Chandler says, my heart beats so fast when Max, Corey, and Jan fight. Are those your guys, Max, Corey, and Jan? That's your fucking trio? Well, it's a bunch of stinkers this weekend. But you don't know that. I mean, you really can't judge a fight card until it happens, you know? I can't tell you how. You probably know. How many times has it been like, oh, dude, another fucking fight night in the Apex, this fucking gay shit. I can't wait till we get to the pay-per-view. And the fight night card the week before was way more exciting than the fucking pay-per-view. You know, I just love MMA, especially at that level. Even if it's low-level UFC, it's still the highest level MMA in the world, you know? Can you give me the definition of MMA? Mixed martial arts, I would say. Very clear. Did you see where I said I was joking? Yeah, of course, Western Mass. I wouldn't take it to heart, bro. I know you're in here all the time showing support. Homeboy says, I only bet on Dan Ige. All right. When Poirier got knocked out, actually, genuinely sad for days. Yeah. When Max lost the first fight to Volk, I was like fucking upset. And that's when I'm like, man, the first one was Chuck Liddell. When Chuck Liddell got knocked out by fucking what the hell's his name? The dude who had the beef with Rampage. I'm having a fucking brain fart right now. Somebody, it'll pop up in chat. But he knocked Chuck Liddell out, and he was a bit of an underdog. This is fucking going back like 15 years now. Why can't I think of his name? Anyway, when he knocked out Chuck, I was like fucking bummed out. I was like, Chuck was my guy. So now I try not to have a guy, you know? Looking forward to the Pyfer fight, for sure. He said, saving it for $299, $300. Dude, $299, $300 is fucking stacked. I mean, I know everyone's got their panties in a bunch because the main event for $300 hasn't been named yet, and everyone's real worried that it's going to be Leon and Bilal, but, dude, $98, $99, $300, we got 3 months of fucking some awesome fights. Good time to start an MMA channel. He says, my top five is Jan, Poirier, Max, Jeff Neal, and JDM. Those are some fucking top fives. Paku said, I'm liking Vieira this week, the classic striker versus grappler matchup. I think the grappling advantage is way wider than the striking difference. I would have to agree with that. Now, I'd have to do a little more research on that Vieira fight, but at first look, I think you're right on target with that one, Paku. Kai Kara France? Dude comes to scrap. I'm a fucking... All these fighters from fucking Australia, New Zealand and shit, these guys, they fucking get down. You guys must love the fucking fight down there. It's like Hawaii. For whatever reason, Hawaiian fighters like fucking... BJ Penn was my guy back in the day too. So I think once BJ Penn went downhill, I kind of attached myself to Max, and it just turned out good. Also, guys, if for some reason you're not subscribed to my channel yet, like you came over here from fucking MMA experts, then please give me a like and subscribe. I'm trying to put out some content. I like to do a couple lives a week and maybe one actual video. So, Moreno says UFC 300 should be a tournament style where they fight 3 times in one night. I don't know, man. I feel like you don't get the, so many things. You don't get, if you award a champion after having to fight 3 times in one night, you don't find out who the best fighter is. You find out who was the luckiest guy that night. Because you're going to try and save it. It's a totally different fucking mindset. I don't even know how those guys like Rampage and Chuck and Fedor and all those guys from back in the Pride days, how they did it. Like, what's your strategy? Do you try and hold back on the first fight so you have something left? But if you hold back and get finished, then you're not even going to make it to the next fight. So, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the tournament style matchups. Too much fuckery going on there. Paco says, we get down. Yeah, definitely a respectable top 5. Western Mass, appreciate that, brother. All right, already sub, my guy. I like your vibe. It's chill. Thanks, brother, man. I appreciate you being a supporter here. We're going to keep on rolling. Every night I say it. I come home from work. I fucking hit the gym or do whatever I got to do after work. And then I'm like, I'm too tired to do live. I can't do this tonight. And then I see that AJ's live or somebody else, and I'm like, fuck, I got to put the work in. All right, I'll go live for an hour. So, tonight you got me until my fucking batteries run out. Like, I really wasn't planning to do this tonight, so I fucking... In fact, I was dozing off on the couch, and I had fucking AJ playing on my phone, and he was, like, messaging with fucking Moicano or whatever, and he didn't know what us means. And he was like, us, what the fuck does that mean? And it was Moicano being like, I acknowledge what you say. Like, us. Us means... Us is like... well, if you're from Buffalo, it's like, go Bills. It means hello and goodbye and everything in between. It just means like... if somebody shows you a cool move, you're like, us, all right. Or if your instructor shows you something, you say it to like acknowledge. So Moicano was just letting AJ know that he fucking got his message and he understands. So Paku says, Western Mass, he was just starting to take over, eh? Oh, I don't know who you guys are talking about. Robbie D. Robbie Desiderio is in the chat. That's my fucking training partner right there. Dude is fucking smooth, Robbie D. Us, what's going on, brother? I got it set up. I'm doing this live off my phone, and I got a little fucking tablet computer here set up, so I keep looking down to look at that. But what's going on, Rob? Hey, just a little side personal note that doesn't involve the chat, but I'm fucking putting the shit back on and getting back on the mat tomorrow afternoon, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna spar yet. I'm gonna feel it out. I'm gonna go through, go through the shit and see how the knee's feeling by the end of I'm probably not going to spar. Maybe I'll get a roll in with Brandon or something. But, dude, hopefully maybe Saturday or something I'll see you. Volk makes it look easy. Volk does make it look easy. The dude's footwork and striking, I was talking with Paku last night about it. It is it's remarkable. I'm not educated enough on the finer details of striking technique and footwork to like really know what he's doing, but I can appreciate it. It's like when you watch somebody paint, you know, and it comes out fucking beautiful. Like, you know, he's dipping the brush in the paint and wiping it on the canvas, and it looks amazing, but you don't know exactly what he's doing because you can't do that. You can dip the brush in the paint and you can wipe it on the canvas, but it's going to look like dog shit, you know? You could get in the ring and move around and try to slip a punch, but you're not going to do it like Volk. You know, it's the art of it. That's why it's martial arts, because there's something beautiful about this fucking savage sport. Chandler says Volk is going to give us a good old fashioned dad whooping. I don't know, man. One of the other videos I did was on the Volk Topuria fight, and I give it 51-49 Topuria just because I'm not sure about how Volk is going to stand up to taking big shots, because I think he's coming back too soon. But I'm not him. I don't know. Maybe he feels fine. Maybe I'm going to put my foot right in my mouth and he's going to run through Topuria like he's just another schmuck, you know, that he has to beat to, you know, regain the title as GOAT, and we're not even going to be talking about it. But, oh, percentage-wise, like, instead of it being 50-50, I give Volk, like, the slight edge. Or Topuria, I mean. I give Topuria a 51% chance. Says, I'm telling you, bro, don't be tricked. Only one KO loss in the last 10 years. Only outside weight class he will win. I'm not saying that Topuria is going to fucking murder Volk. I just think he has a really good chance. The more the time goes by, I don't know. Maybe I'm leaning back more towards Volk, or maybe I'm just letting you guys corrupt my judgment. But I think Topuria has a great chance, and I think the fact that he's coming back so quick, it almost seems like an ego thing. Like, he lost to Islam, so he wants to just get right the fuck back in there and show everybody what he's made of, and he's the man, and don't you forget, and then he's not going to be exactly what he normally is, and he's going to pay for it, you know? Or, like I said, I could be totally fucking wrong. That's why I don't give picks, I'm not giving, like, betting picks and shit like that, because this stuff is too unpredictable. You know, like, you have to be a guy like Paku and fucking spend 50 hours a week studying tape, and still then, if you're right 60% of the time, 70% of the time, you know, you're doing good. All right. Topuria is too one-dimensional, like great boxing for sure. But I don't know, dude. I disagree with that. He has excellent ground game. I mean, he's not fucking Bo Nickel. You know, he's not a D1 wrestler, but his first martial art he ever did was Greco-Roman wrestling. And his scrambles and transitions on the ground are great. I mean, he is, like I said, I disagree with that. He is a well-rounded martial artist. He can fucking hang on the ground. And it's not like Volk is going to be fucking spamming takedowns. But I do think it's something Topuria can use to get Volk up against the cage to take away his movement, which is his, you know, that's what he does better than anybody in the world, is his footwork and his striking, you know. So I think Topuria, fucking, I'm making a mutant fighter. I think Topuria can use his grappling, even if he's just spamming shots to back Volk up, and then getting on the inside clinch, you know, digging for underhooks, up against the cage, fighting for a single, all that shit, make Volk think that he wants to take down, and then boom, land a big shot inside instead of being in the middle of the ring where Volk is at his very best and trading punches, you know? So we'll see how it plays out. Chandler says Volk wrestled. I hate how they have this fucking right where I'm trying to read your comment. They have like the little fucking heart emoji, so I can't fucking read it. But he says Volk wrestled with Islam toe to toe, and he strikes with the best. If he has a bit of a chin, he will win. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think if Volk is at his very best, he probably beats Topuria. I mean, it's hard to say because Topuria is undefeated. So we don't know if he's undefeated because he just hasn't faced the guy who's going to beat him yet, or he is that guy. But we know Volk for sure is that guy. And I think if Volk is at his very best, there's not many people, there's not anyone at the planet at 145 that he can't beat. Not to say he won't ever lose, but right now there's no MMA fighter that weighs that fights at 145 pounds that Volk can't beat. I certainly think he can beat Topuria. I just also think that Topuria, I keep saying Topuria has a chance to beat Volk. I think Neil is one of the best fights in the UFC could make right now. Mirror matchup. Yeah, dude, that's going to be fun. It's going to be fun at the press conference to see what's up with fucking, what'd you call him, JDM? Like, I don't know, dude. What a weird situation with his old lady and the fucking ex-husband and all that shit. Jeff Neal's the man, though. He's very underrated just because we haven't seen him a lot because of all his personal bullshit going on, you know? Western Mass is in here fucking, Topuria is him, Western Mass. You don't even know, dude. Topuria's motherfucker. I can't swear that much. I was on a fucking, I did a live chat last night. I get done with the live chat, and my dad calls me, or texts me, and he tells me, oh, I only give you an okay because you were jumping around too much and you swear too much. So I gotta cut back on the swearing in case dad's listening. If you are listening, Pops, there's a box down there. You can type in it and you'll pop up in the chat. I'll see you. Paku says you have to remember a roundhouse head kick is pretty much the most powerful strike in MMA. Topuria does his work with his hands. Volk's chin shouldn't be an issue. We'll see. I mean, there's no doubt at all that a roundhouse kick is the most powerful strike in MMA. I mean, it has the most, just the physics of it. You have the most leverage. Swinging from the longest distance is going to generate the most force, but we'll see. I mean, also, I think Volk lost to Max. I gave that first fight to Max Holloway. Was it the first or the second? I can't remember now. I think it was the first fight. But, Volk isn't... I don't want to say he's not everything he's cracked up to be, because he absolutely is. He's one of the pound for pound very best in the world. But he is beatable, And there's a big question mark with Topuria too, because he's undefeated. So you don't know yet. We don't know if he, like I just said before, if he's undefeated because he just hasn't had the matchup, or he's undefeated because he's that man, Pyfer is a scary fight for anyone right now. I think if Izzy can't keep his range, I think Pyfer could win. Pyfer is another one who can... There's probably not too many human beings on the planet that Pyfer couldn't knock out. You know, with a clean shot. Pyfer is absolutely terrifying. And bro, how about Pyfer Bo Nickel? Pyfer Bo Nickel in another 10 months or a year? That 365 days from now, we might be talking about Bo Nickel versus Joe Pyfer for the 185 strap. You know, that's not a far-fetched idea at all. Both those guys are terrifying in different ways. You got Bo Nickel. He is like your all-American, you know, athlete with a great upbringing who's been groomed since a little boy to fucking be a killer. And then you have Joe Pyfer, who was just brought up in the trenches, you know, just this hard-nosed lifestyle where he's getting beat and mistreated as a kid. And what a matchup that would be, huh? Yeah, he did beat Max in the last fight. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say he's made him look like an LFA fighter. Now you're just insulting my boy. But he did. He was clearly the better fighter. There's no doubt about it. He outclassed Max in the last fight, and I can't deny that. That's for sure. See, that's why it's hard to have favorite fighters in this sport, because when someone gives their opinion about him losing a fight, I get all butthurt about it. That's why I can't have favorites, you know? Chandler says, Pyfer is a menace. Him and Izzy coin flip. How the mighty fall, huh? Izzy went from being, you know, this untouchable phenom to here's a guy early on in his career and people are calling for him to beat Izzy. That's all right. I don't like Izzy. I mean, I respect his ability to fight, but I don't know. He's kind of weird with the fingernail polish and the pearl necklace. Like, how does nobody mention the pearl? If you're a dude and you're wearing a pearl necklace, I don't know. That's a little whatever. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat. But like Sean Strickland said, what does he say? He's not going to get beat up by some dude who beats off the cartoons or something like that. My opinion on Edwards, yeah. His striking is some of the best in the UFC. I mean, headshot dead, right? He's certainly not the most exciting striker in the UFC, you know, but he's slick with it, man. He is slick with it, and we learned from Usman that you can't ever count him out, right? I mean, I'm not saying anything anybody doesn't know already, but the dude can... And, I mean, he stopped Colby's takedowns, and Colby is a premier wrestler. I mean, I do think the Colby that fought Leon wasn't the Colby that fought Usman twice, you know? But his takedown defense was on point, and he even shot a takedown of his own just because he could, you know? So, yeah, Leon's a man. Hey, Leon Bilal, UFC 300, main event. Izzy used to be my favorite fighter in 2019. Then he started being fruity. Dude, he's a fucking fruit salad, bro. Like, I don't know. He's just a little weird. I'm so glad that a dude like Sean Strickland whooped his ass. You know? Like, the opposite of Izzy in every way. And the only way he could be any more opposite is if he was like a D1 wrestling champion. Moreno says, Izzy sucks, but he's still... Who's? Oh, miles ahead of the terrible middleweight division. Dude, the middleweight division ain't so terrible anymore with Joe Pyfer and Bo Nickel coming up. And we got some guys. Fucking... I mean, Sean Strickland put it on him. And then DDP beat Sean Strickland, which I gave the fight to Sean. But I think Izzy had his reign, and I think Izzy's just going to be another guy now. He's going to be right there at the top, but him and Whitaker and those guys are they're on the decline, and all these young bucks are on their way up. You know, I mean, what DDP did to Whitaker was kind of sad. Whitaker was another guy that you can't not like. You know, he's like Moicano. Like he's just a likable person. Paku, that's a beautiful thing, man. Go spend some time with your mom. I'll catch you on the next one, bro. I appreciate the support. Chandler says middleweight is murderer's row right now. Strickland, Pyfer, Kopylov, Izzy, Whitaker. Yeah, Kamzat. Like, bro. How about Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Kamzat? You know? That's like a hardcore UFC 300 main event right there. I mean, you're not going to get your casual Conor McGregor fan to tune in for it, but us who know what's going on, dude, Kamzat versus Rakhmonov, the battle of the funny hats. Chandler says, one of the reason I started to hate Izzy was because he ragged on Whitaker for no reason. I know. How could you hate on Whitaker? The guy is like the nicest, most polite guy. He just wants to be a good dad and play video games. And you're over here beating off to anime, wearing pearl necklaces and doing weird stuff with your dog. How, like, who are you to talk about Whitaker? You know? I agree. Fuck him. He said, even though Edwards isn't that fun, I'm picking him over Rakhmonov. Ooh, I don't know about that. I mean, it's hard to pick against Leon right now, but it was hard to pick against Usman too. You know? I think Rakhmonov is that dude. I think he's going to be the 170-pound champ. I don't think Kamzat can make 170 anymore. I think we've seen that pretty clearly, but that's a super fight in the making right there. If Edwards beats Bilal, he has 5 back-to-back wrestling champs, and I think he has better striking and good enough defensive wrestling. He has had 5 back-to-back wrestling champs. Yeah. $100%. Give it a like or Hap will ban you. He will come to your house and kick your dog. $100%. I would make... Paku is going to be my first mod as soon as I figure out how to mod somebody. But right now I'm so small that I don't even have to worry about trolls. If I got trolled, I would be like, oh my god, I just leveled up. That's another thing too, doing these live feeds, man, you can't not have something to drink. The first time I sat down and did it, I was like so parched. You're just rambling on for an hour straight, looking at a camera. Just so unnatural. If you haven't tried this before, like guys like AJ and shit, they make it look so easy. It's so weird. Hap, what channels do you watch? You mean like MMA wise? What channels do I like? Well, actually, I'll tell you, I just unsubscribed to fucking Morning Combat. I couldn't take that Luke Thomas anymore. He's so good with his technical breakdowns, but he's just too much of a bleeding heart liberal for me, and he lets it like come into his MMA commentary. But I love watching AJ. For one, the reason I like stuck with MMA experts so long is because AJ isn't negative. Like MMA Guru and those guys, MMA Joey, they have no problem. Oh, this guy's a fucking bum. He sucks. Turn on MMA Joey for 3 minutes, and every other comment is how this guy sucks, this guy's garbage, that guy. I mean, he has a whole series of videos about who should be cut, and like, who are you, bro? Like, you literally probably couldn't even run a mile. You know, like, who are you to say that that guy sucks? He's in the UFC for one, so he doesn't suck. He's just not as good as these other people. Like, I'm not about trashing guys and talking shit on fighters. Like, I have another level of respect for him that I think a lot of guys don't. But I think that sells, you know? Like, Guru got Moicano to call him out specifically because he talks shit on him. So I'm probably, you know, it's probably not gonna fucking make any big waves that because I'm not gonna talk that much trash on fighters. But I say all that to say that that's why I follow AJ so much, is because it's not going to be negative every other comment about how this guy sucks. But the Weasel is great. That dude puts out some super good stuff, like technical wise. He's, you know, his breakdowns are great. Who else do I follow, like religious? You know, Uncle Chael, just for the entertainment factor. Half the time he's talking complete nonsense, but he's Uncle Chael, so I watch him. But yeah, mostly like for the technical end of it, I'll watch Luke Thomas's like breakdowns, his technical breakdowns, but his live chats and shit, no thanks. And then a lot of AJ and stuff like that. Since I've been doing this, you know, going live and started my own channel, I've been watching just way more fights than anything else, you know. Just trying to watch as many fights as I can, watch them back, watch them, you know, with a commentary off, commentary on, just different way, just try to form my own opinions about shit, you know. Even though you can watch 100 hours of tape in a week and your opinions are still going to be along the same lines as everybody else because we're all seeing the same thing, pretty much. Says, I get what you mean. I like Joey, though. I try and give the guy a shot all the time. You know, I've done it like 6 times. I'm like, all right, this one will be different. And he's just always so negative. Guru's chat is just extremely annoying nowadays. Yeah, for sure. Like, it's filled with 17-year-olds. It's just Guru, like, with his ADHD, like whistling and singing songs, and he doesn't read a question unless you paid for it, you know? Like, he's just, it's annoying. One thing I promise I'm never going to do in my live chats is one thing that AJ does that I've been talking shit on him for the fucking, from day one about this, and he will tell you. Eating, I don't care if you had to sit there for 7 hours, be like, hey guys, I got to get some food in me real quick. It's, you know, in the middle of the fights, mute your mic and eat your food. But chewing into a microphone, you will never hear me chew into a microphone. It is so annoying. Also, whistling, like whistling into the mic live feed, I can't stand that. Chandler says, Morning Combat is literally just Luke Thomas trying to convince you not to like right-leaning fighters. Oh, yeah, and how MMA is so corrupt and everyone's a misogynistic bigot, and it's like, dude, we get it, bro. We get it. You voted for Biden. You don't own a gun. You think illegal immigrants should pour into the country by the millions. We understand. You don't need to explain to us anymore. Just give us your opinion on Edwards versus Bilal and leave the 20-minute rambling talk about vaccinations and masks. And do you remember when the pandemic happened and he was like losing his mind because the UFC was going to have fights and how many people are going to die? I remember his words were like, they will reap the consequences of this decision for years to come, and the lives lost will be countless. Like, dude, shut up. Really? I don't think Dad's in the chat. He just texted me, so. Is Pick'em in here? Pick'em, what up, bro? Said I will definitely be back tomorrow. Had to work long today. Bro, I feel you, man. I had a long day at work. Tomorrow I'm probably not going to be able to do shit. I got work, and then I'm going back to jiu-jitsu practice for the first time in a long time. I've been going and just like teaching beginners class and stuff, but it'll be the first time I'm actually out there like rolling and all that since I had a pretty major knee injury. So I'm sure by the time I'm done with all that shit, I'll be ready for bed and I won't be doing any lives. Luke Thomas just makes something out of nothing, like Strickland. Likes everyone, just doesn't want people putting their lifestyle on kids, and I respect that. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's just, I don't know. Luke Thomas is just, I think he wants like the major networks to think that he's not like the rest of MMA so he can land some big job with ABC or something. So, I don't know. He's just a dork. I can't stand the guy. But he does put a lot of time and effort into his technical breakdowns and trying to understand it. And he also talks tons of shit about doing jiu-jitsu. About how he trained, and it's just, you're just destroying your body for no reason and blah, like, dude, shut up. I say all that as I'm going back to jiu-jitsu from an injury, but ironically enough, I didn't get hurt at jiu-jitsu, so Western Mass says, Hap, this chat thing ain't big enough for the both of us. Luke Thomas is the type of guy to be nice to a girl when she rejects him, call her a bitch. Yeah. Luke Thomas is the type of guy to call the police after he starts a fight and you punch him in the face. What time do we got here? Sorry, guys. Like I said, I didn't even plan to come do this tonight, so we're at 42 minutes. I'll go for another 15 minutes or so. I'll go for an hour. Do a little solid little live chat. Are you going live tonight, Pick'em? Are you calling it because you're I don't know anyone who genuinely likes Luke Thomas. Like you go into the comment section of one of his live chats, and it's just freaking filled with people dogging him, and then like one person that's probably like his wife who's like, "Oh, I think you're great. Everyone should wear masks all the time when they're by themselves in their car." Western Mass says Joey is funny, but I honestly don't like it. I don't like him at all. I mean, he just seems arrogant, you know? He's out of shape, and then he calls fighters bums. Like, all right, if this dude who is good enough to at least get a fight in the UFC is a bum, then what are you? You know? Like, if there was a disaster and you had to pick up your kid and run for a mile, could you do it to save her life, or would you have a heart attack because you're too fat? So who's the bum? It's sad because Guru is mad funny, but his chats are cringe and weirdo. Yeah, I agree. His chats are super cringe. And he is funny, but he's just like, I don't know. He's got that British, dry, ball-busting humor that I enjoy. I think it's funny, but his chats are, you can, like I said, it's just him making weird noises and like singing the same 3 seconds of a song over and over and over, and then reading questions that people paid for and saying, "Oh, Western Mass, thank thank you for the $2. Hap, thank you for the $5. Pick'em, thank you for the $5. Baku, thank you for the $2. Like, okay, we get it. You don't have to thank every person. Just read their question, dude. That's another one of my pet peeves is when guys do live feeds like this and they don't read the question before they start talking about it. I get it because I'll do the same thing. I'll read it and then just start talking sometimes, but I'll like make my best effort to read the question just in case. A lot of times I'll put on a live chat and I'll just want to listen to it, you know? So Hap says, who wins between Sean O'Malley and Corey Sandhagen? I'm going to have to pick O'Malley. I think it's going to be a fight, and I really like Sandhagen. Like, I love the fact that he's this analytical dork who breaks down, you know, he's a martial artist. Don't get me wrong. I love fighters, too. I love Sean Strickland. And Sean O'Malley is like a fight, like, I can't say he's not a martial artist, you know, but style for style, I think they're very similar, with maybe giving Sandhagen an edge in grappling and therefore giving him an edge in being more well-rounded. But I think he's more of a jack of all trades, and the master of the striking is Sean O'Malley. And I just think that O'Malley's going to pick him apart and put him away. Hap says, O'Malley-Sandhagen is such a fire matchup. Hell yeah, dude. I'm so pumped for these upcoming cards. Yes, he's very greedy. Like, he wants to be paid like a basketball player athlete, you know? Like, he's going to live above his means and spend every dollar he has so he has the flashiest car. But whatever, bro. If that's what you want to do with your money, you do you. Dye your hair pink, or you can, you know, do your thing. And as long as he comes out and gives exciting fights, which he does. But I'll tell you what, don't look past Cheeto Vera, man. I give Cheeto a better chance than I do Sean Sandhagen. I think Cheeto could be his kryptonite. Oh, his timing is impeccable. It's like it's something that can be trained but not taught. You know, like there's a saying like an Olympic sprinting coach can make you faster, but he can't make you fast. You have to naturally just be fast, and then your coach can make you faster. So with Sean Strickland's timing, like you got to have some of that naturally, and then your coach can come in and perfect it, you know? But you don't get the distance management and timing of a guy like Sean O'Malley by, you know, being a complete unathletic dweeb and then just coming in and doing it. That's another thing. I don't train striking at all, but one of the things that is like so impressive to me that I'm in awe of is when guys just like have that feel and they like lean back from the punch and it just misses their face and they bam, follow it up. I mean, that punch from what's his name? Funkmaster Fresh over there. It wasn't that close, but the way he leaned back and then bam, followed up with the right, that was so slick. One punch walk off knockout, like psh. There you go. Prime Dillashaw or O'Malley? Dillashaw, baby. Killashaw on all the freaking EPO and all the horse tranquilizers, whatever the fuck else he was taking. Dude was unstoppable. There was like an 18-month period, maybe 2-year period, where I think Dillashaw was the best fighter on the planet. He was also probably juiced to the tits, but I disagree, Western Mass. Dillashaw in his prime was a motherfucker. All right, guys, I'm going to repeat it one more time because you're not a real YouTuber unless you tell people to like and subscribe. That's the rules. We've been going for 50 minutes. I'll go for like 10 more minutes and then I got to pack it up and get ready for bed. Gabriel Mayer said he needed some Lexapro. Gronk spiked his baby? What the hell does that mean? Are you talking about Gronk, the tight end? The fucking douchebag from New England? You got 10 people watching, man. That's awesome. I'm pretty much famous. Pretty much. He spiked his baby. What does that mean? He threw his baby on the ground? Is this like breaking news or some shit? Mod Hap so I can tell chat he'll ban you if you don't like and subscribe. Dude, alright, that's going to be my goal when I get off this chat is to figure out how to mod people. Because I'm sure in the upcoming chats I'm going to have some more people. I hope anyway. I'll be like AJ, alright guys. Alright, we're at 8 likes. Come on, one more like and I'll do a handstand, chug a beer, and do some shadow boxing. Says wouldn't stop crying. Does anyone else know about this? Is this are you being serious, Gabriel? Gronk spiked his baby? Where are you getting that from? What does everybody do for a living? What are your guys' jobs? I know what Western Mass does. How about you other guys? Do you have jobs? Panhandle? He's going to rule with an iron wrench. Well, I can't mod anybody until I mod Paku because he was my first ever, the first time I ever went live. Way back when, last week, he was my first ever person to come into chat, and I was trying to figure everything out, and I had to like read the chat on my phone, and they would disappear. I would get all fucked up, and he sat through it and let me figure it out. Gabriel Meyer wants to know what you do for a living, Western Mass. I won't tell him. You can tell him yourself. Hap's taking a year off of college. You might go back next year. What do you go to college for? I went to college to be a high school history teacher, and I quit doing that to build elevators. And it's a great job, but I'd rather get paid to come on here and talk about MMA with you guys. But hey, one day, instead of having 7 people in the chat and 10 likes, I'll have 700 and freaking, 500 likes or whatever, and we'll be rolling. He's trying to learn a trade. Yeah, that's what I do. Like I just said, I'm an elevator constructor. I'm a tradesman. But I'll give you one piece of advice. If you're in college, if you're of college age, you're a little younger than me. I'm 36 now. But whatever, don't do something because don't stick with something that you don't enjoy because you're making good money at it. Learn to make money doing something you enjoy, not the other way around. Now I'm dealing with the consequences of sticking with something that I don't enjoy because of the money, and then you tell yourself, oh, I'm just going to do it for a little bit and then I'll find what I really want to do. But then you don't have time to find what you want to do because you're too busy working, and then your responsibilities pile up. And now it's not about what you want to do, it's about taking care of your responsibilities, and you're stuck, you know. Now, then you're 36 years old and you're in a career that you don't enjoy at all, and you're trying to figure out a way out. Says Spartacus MMA is what J-Mac wishes he was. I don't know about that. J-Mac's doing his thing, bro. He's killing it over there. He does his lives. He has a laptop and shit. He's more set up than I am. I just got a couple pictures so I fucking look a little more professional. Yeah, J-Mac puts the effort in, dude. He's gonna do just fine. J-Mac says, we rated you with my 8 viewers in chat, Spartacus. Awesome, bro. Well, you fucking, you're bringing 8 more? Because I was at 8, now I'm at 9. I think you just rated me yourself. Hap says, I realized I don't enjoy that, and I just dipped for this year trying to find what I like. I like trades and carpentry. Well, there you go, dude. If that's what you enjoy doing. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm in the trades, and there's plenty of guys in the business who fucking love it, who are like, found their golden calf. They're like, I can't believe they're fucking paying us to do this. This is awesome. And every day I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this shit. Says you have a higher production quality. I don't know about that. I'm on a fucking iPhone. J-Mac has a computer and shit. He does a little more editing. That's it. That's one thing that I got to figure out is editing and StreamYard and that. Like, I don't have the ability to like pull up Tapology and shit on my phone. So my next goal is going to be to, I want to do like, 1 to 2 live chats a week and come out with like one actual video where I break something down and have a little bit of editing in that. I want to get an introduction and all that to bring the production value up a little bit. The first thing I did though, I asked AJ, this is like 2 years ago when I wanted to start this. I asked AJ like, oh, what should I do? I just didn't have the balls to pull the trigger and do it. And one of the first things he told me is like, make good thumbnails. So the first thing I did before I even put my first video out was I used Canva. And I just started making them. They're not necessarily good, but they're thumbnails, and you get the point. And now I have a tablet or a template, so if I do want to make a video and I don't want to spend a lot of time and have a decent thumbnail, I have something I can use. Says J-Mac, are you aware the authorities are looking for you? It was like 10 minutes ago. They probably in both our chats. Oh, because I said I already had 9 guys. John Doug says, I came here from Justin Mack. Well, John Doug, how about you hit that like and subscribe button? I'm sorry, I'm not going to be on here much longer, though. I just wanted to do an hour and fucking get off. But I do the same shit J-Mac and MMA experts, AJ, all those guys do. I fucking talk about MMA. I go live a couple times a week. And, yeah, so hit the like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it'd mean a lot to me. So I'd appreciate it, bro. Thank you. I appreciate subscribing, man. Hep says, go live often, and I'll pull up and watch. I got notifications set. Awesome, dude. I really appreciate that. Even if it's just 7 people like this, man, every time I come on here, it's just one more rep. You know what I mean? I get to fucking get a little more comfortable in front of the camera, a little smoother. I mean, even just last week, 2 weeks ago, I was so like, it feels so weird, looking into a camera, just talking with no one else talking back. But having this chat makes it so much easier because now we're doing it back and forth, that's a whole nother thing when it comes to making videos. Western Mass says, I'm a tree climber first. Pretty good painter and carpenter. Oh man, this dude fucking does it all. He's working in the shop restoring old windows for the winter. Fuck yeah. Western Mass knows how to swing a hammer. I'm a hammer swinger myself, bro. Hap says, you're already pretty good on camera. You're not awkward. It's pretty chill. I appreciate it, dude. I just told myself, like, who gives a fuck? You don't even know these people. And you're all guys from AJ's chat who are, like, into this. If you're just, like, a casual, you're not going to be watching some live feed like this about MMA, you know? So I've gotten lucky so far and everyone's been pretty cool, and it makes the time fly by. Like I said, I want to do an hour and we're already past it already, so. Chandler's talking to Mac. Gabriel Meyer says, J Mac, you acted like you were playing in Foxborough and made a fourth quarter touchdown grab. What are you referring to, Gabriel? Western Mass used to be a roofer. Yeah, dude. In when I was in construction, obviously you're on a big giant construction site with all the different trades, and roofers we call them pirates. They all look like dirty pirates. They got long hair and they're all filthy and fucking probably on meth. Roofers are a rough bunch. Here's a tip. If you're ever getting a roof put on your house, don't pay them until it's done, because those crackheads will take that half of the money and you won't see them for a week. Hep says, you know what you should do? Make all the thumbnails the same color scheme so people can recognize your channel. Hey, dude, that's a good tip. I actually heard that somewhere else. If you look at my last 2 or 3 thumbnails, they're very similar. I had a little different setup when I first started. I was in my other room and I had like a bookcase behind me and shit. It was actually my bedroom. I had to move because my old lady wanted to sleep and I wanted to fucking make a video. And anyway, it's a picture of me just sitting there, and it's like half the thumbnail, and then the other half is, you know, whatever I'm going to be talking about that day. And I have that saved on a template, you know. And I mean, it's not super fancy, but like you said, it's recognizable. So it's like, oh, here's that dude with the backwards hat that fucking has the picture of Max Holloway behind him. Okay, I'm out. Gabriel fucking annoying talking about my kid, bro. Have a good night, Spartacus. Alright, later, dude. Sorry about the fucking Gabriel getting in your shit. I don't even know, Gabriel saying he Gronk spiked his kid. I'm fucking missing something here. So is that what you were talking about? Not Gronk, you're saying J-Mac spiked his kid on the live chat? I don't know. J-Mac seems like a cool dude. He's always been supportive of me, man. So I got nothing bad to say about him. In fact, the first time I ever went live ever on anything was one of his live chats. And it was like one of his first ones ever. And he brought me on and we talked about, I can't remember what the fuck we talked about, but Hap said I was doing some construction, and the amount of times I have seen motherfuckers. Yeah, I used to be one of those motherfuckers, and now they make these things, and I fucking chew them like it's nobody's business. AJ thinks he's bad because he's like, oh, he puts like 3% pouch in at a time, dude. I literally take 3 of these things and I pile 3 together at once and fucking shove them in there. In fact, as soon as I end this, I'm going to stuff a fat dip in my lip and get ready for bed. Hell yeah, I'm your first guest. Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about, J-Mac. We're gonna make it to the top, bro. 3 at once is wild. Yeah, it's fucking 18 milligrams? And I do all day long, dude. Soon as I get up, I fucking wake up, brush my teeth, get ready, go to work, and pack a 3-banger in there, and that one, just all day long. Hopefully, these things probably fucking kill you too, but, I figure it's better than chew. That stuff definitely kills you. This just might kill you. Chandler says, yo, Spartacus, I think I'm a hop off, but I really like your channel, brother. I'll be here next live. Hey, man. Peace out. I appreciate you taking off or stopping in and saying hi. I actually am going to take off myself. I wanted to come on and do an hour. We've been going for like 67 minutes or something like that. So, you haven't tried Zyn? Do you do any of the other pouches? Zyn is good. I actually, to tell you the truth, I have a whole fucking system. There's another company called On, and they're like smaller little pouches, but the flavor is better. So I'll actually take 2 Ons and put them around a Zyn and stick that in my lip, because the Zyns are like thicker and they make me feel like I got a fucking dip in, and then I have the Ons for the flavor. But yeah, I'm a Zyn addict. All right. You guys are showing up and fucking throwing down. What the hell happened with you guys? Why are you, you guys really don't get along? Everyone just get along. We're all friends here, you know? So you're dead. You guys fucking hate each other. You guys should have a fucking MMA fight. Put some gloves on. I'll be in one corner. I'll be somebody's head grappling coach, and then Paco will be in the other corner. That fool will be the boxing coach. Western Mass says, peace out, Starticus. Kinda. I am just starting out. Alright. Alright, guys. Well, you two continue your beef. Fucking, Thursday, we should have a, yeah, go troll that fat fuck. Well, then you're just giving them likes. I actually wouldn't fucking mind a troll as long as I had a mod. It's just more fucking content in my page, but go tell Joey he's a fucking bum. That piece of shit wouldn't last 3 minutes in an actual fight. I fucking hate it when guys call people bums, but alright, I really gotta get off. Listen, guys, I really appreciate you coming out here, listening to me ramble about whatever random shit we talked about for an hour, and I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. Who knows? I might be on tomorrow, but keep an eye out. I'll be dropping a video this week about something, so alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Go Bills! Alright, hold on. Alright, you ready? Alright, guys, peace out. Go Bills! Alright, later. I'm really out of here.